Okay, moving on in 11.4, we do have a few more theorems. The first one I'm going to talk about, ultimately you don't need to know if you really understand the inscribed angle theorem. But what this theorem talks about is if we know this is a center, then of course we all center O. We also then know that line segment AB is a diameter. And you can also see an inscribed angle, hopefully. So I'm going to kind of draw in some auxiliary lines. Here is my angle ACB is inscribed. So going back to what does the inscribed angle theorem say, we know that the inscribed angle is half of the intercepted arc. So this is a semicircle right here. So that would have to be 180 degrees, meaning this angle would be 90. That inscribed angle would be 90, which makes it a right angle. And so that's really what your theorem says, is that if you have an inscribed angle whose intercepted arc is a semicircle, your only option is for that to be a 90-degree angle or a right angle. And then the final theorem talks about an inscribed quadrilateral. So notice here, that's what we have, an inscribed quadrilateral. Well, when that happens, the opposite angles are supplementary. So this just goes back to terminology that hopefully you remember. Ultimately, we can say that the measure of angle G plus the measure of angle E is going to equal 180 degrees in order to set that up. And so we'll do this in detail in class, but I'll get you started. We could say 4x plus 7 plus 8x minus 31 equals 180. And then we'll solve for x. I may ask you what the measure of angle G is, and then you would plug in x. Okay?